My name is Kayla Spelling. I'm a Kentucky girl with wild hair and green eyes who's not just a photographer and videographer, but a midnight designer too. I'm a visual storyteller with a creative spirit that knows no bounds. As a creative junkie and Aquarian sun, my love for all things creative runs deep. Being a visual storyteller for over a decade has allowed me to work with some seriously impressive clients across all spectrums, fueling my desire to learn and explore how people experience the world. What do they have in common? They all live and breathe their passions. So, inspired by their experiences, I launched a podcast to hear theirs and other stories on how they broke the 9-to-5 mold and pursued their true purpose in life. My goal is to empower listeners with knowledge and inspire them to live their most authentic and fulfilling life by following their passions. Join me on a journey where we'll explore spiritualism, consciousness, writing, culinary arts, tattooing, music, travel, media, and so much more. As an Aquarius, I know that I'm full of surprises, but one thing's for sure. We're in for a crazy journey into this world of creative junk. Hello there, fellow creative junkies. Welcome back to Creative Junk, the show where we dive into the magical world of extraordinary individuals who are fearlessly pursuing their passions. I'm your host, Kayla Spelling, and boy, do we have some incredible journeys lined up ahead in the days to come. Now, well, I should say weeks to come, but besides that, before we jump into that magical wonderland, I have to drop a quick note. It is the holiday season, and as a freelancer, my schedule has been transformed into a delightful bit of chaos. Between work commitments and spending time with friends and family, I found myself caught in a whirlwind, and honestly, I'm feeling a bit like the TARDIS, wibbly-wobbly. So here's the scoop. I won't be featuring an interview this week, but don't fret. I have some amazing guests recorded and ready to rock and roll, but editing takes time, and time is a rare commodity these days. So for the next few weeks, my posting schedule might be a bit timey-wimey. Yep, I couldn't resist throwing in another Doctor Who reference. Speaking of Doctor Who, any Whovians out there? That late episode? Mind-blowing, right? I won't dive too deep into that for those of you who aren't familiar, but let's just say I am all in for the Doctor Who 60th anniversary episodes. Really can't wait for the Christmas special coming up in just a few weeks. But fear not, my creative companions. To whet your appetite for what's to come, we've got some fantastic interviews lined up. A photojournalist, a tattoo artist, a paradox coach, and more. Trust me, the wait will absolutely be worth it. So as we gear up for the holiday season, I wish you and yours a merriest of times. I'll be taking a short break, but fear not. I'll be back in a few weeks when the holiday dust settles and we're all cozied up in our homes waiting out winter. So until then, stay creative, stay inspired, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Happy holidays. This podcast is brought to you by Mind Junk Creative, a creative agency that creates brands and experiences rooted in visual storytelling. By exploring your mind junk Creative is able to tap in and explore all of your wild ideas that you may have viewed as throwaways and use them to create engaging stories and experiences for your brands. What's your story? Go to mindjunkcreative.com and follow them on Instagram at itsmindjunk. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Find me on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or any of your go-to platforms. And leave me a review and share it with your friends. I'll seriously be forever grateful. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's episode or must-hear stories, hit me up at hello@creativejunkpodcast.com. You know that I love hearing from you all, so until next time, catch you later, folks. Did you love this episode? Well, let's continue the chatter on Instagram and Facebook. We can dish about the latest interview and catch up on all things, well, creative. Plus, check out creativejunkpodcast.com for show notes and other juicy resources to satisfy your creative cravings. Don't miss out on the fun, and hey, thank you for listening.